only club to have won at all 4 previous Magic venues. And Anfield to the list today, and the Giants open up a 6-point gap on Super League's bottom 3, with Leeds, Hull KR and London all in action tomorrow as the scrap to avoid relegation enters a crucial period. That's it in one sense. Terry alongside me, but Huddersfield will also be looking for those 2 points to stay in touch with the playoff race.
Yeah, they were looking to win the 7th game today, and they're going up against a Hull FC side. And just look at the spine, the players that you rely on to score the tries and really do pull you out of it, like Jamie Shaw, Albert Kelly, Mark Sneed, Danny Washwood. That's without even talking about what Jake Connor can do. But Huddersfield have got their own threats, like Brian Carney was talking about. Cruz Leeming, the spark that he is, when he gets onto the field, he can cause some trouble around the big pack that Hull FC have. So it's going to be an interesting game. It's going to be a good battle, and let's see what can unfold in this game.
Hull FC, first meeting between these two at a Magic weekend as Liam Moore prepares to get us underway. But they did face each other at Gateshead in a roadshow fixture back in 1998. Hull won that one by 21 points to 10, and they come here having won 3 of the last 4 Magic weekends, Hull FC, and they've won 6 of 8 on the road this season. So they will certainly fancy their chances on this neutral territory. But Huddersfield, as I say, that very impressive Magic record. They're unbeaten in the last 6 Magic weekends. So plenty on the line for both these sides. There is Lee Radford, the Hull coach. One of the marquee occasions in the Super League calendar. Anfield is ready. Huddersfield desperate to get this one underway. Huddersfield facing their 9th different club in the Magic. And it's Darnell McIntosh who kicks this off. Hull FC collect in the shape of Jamie Shaw. They're going to get the ball first up. And that's Mickey Payer with the first carry into the tackle there of Lee Gaskell.
Well, Ben, I'm sure that Simon Wolfer would have talked about this Hull side trying to build momentum through the middle of the field. He also mentioned before more the penalties and errors, what they're doing. They can't do that in this game. Again, look at the leg drive from Scott Taylor. Always looking to get through the tackle. Got a good offload as well in collision.
Get back, goal free.
This is Mark Minicello now. Murphy, one of the tacklers there. There is Simon Wolford watching on.
Go for.
His team defend. Couple of tackles left in the bank for Hull FC here. No way through though for Albert Kelly.
Go 5.
Jamie Shaw, so important that he's back out there.
Albert, you're off, Albert.
Man of the match display on his return last week, and Darnell McIntosh.
Next to the 0.
Well, good positioning, wasn't it? Yeah, he positioned himself. He got his foot behind the try line. That's why they can tap it on the 20. This is the man that really does get him going forward. He is the main man coming out of yardage, but he's made the mistake. Looking at all the hard work from McIntosh to get the ball forward 20 metres. Jermaine McGilvray, on most breaks in Super League, he's a powerful runner, isn't he?
Is it not pushed out to you, Terry?
No, I think he's got to have better control on that, Phil. He goes into contact. You know there's going to be players around you. He needs control on that, Jermaine McGilvray.
2 in the tackle there, and Danny Washbrook's arm appeared to be involved. Maybe a tough call. Albert Kelly will feed this scrum though for Hull FC, and a really good chance early on for Lee Radford's men, just 40 metres away from that Huddersfield line as Josh Griffin goes into contact now.
Hold. Goal 1. Well done, Matty.
Alex Mellor with the tackle. This now Payer into Matty English.
Move, Matty, get back, Aaron.
Inching closer, the black and white. Washbrook. Now Mark Sneed at the line for Albert Kelly. Kelly has Dean Hadley for company. There's 3 in the tackle though for Huddersfield. It's 5 metres away though. Washbrook all wrapped up quickly. That was really good play from Oliver Russell there. It's shot out of the line. Jake Connor's pass. And Albert Kelly now. Kelly squares up that defensive line, gives it to Sneed on a short ball to Mark Minicello. Important tackle from O'Brien. Crossfield kick, Mark Sneed. Jake Connor was leaping high, but Russell gets his hands on it and Huddersfield see off that threat.
Yeah, knock on from Hull FC. The ball's kicked over to the right-hand side to Jake Connor. But when he goes up, he just knocks that ball forward.
On the foot, wait! On you, Joe.
So it's the last play. They bring the ball forward 10 yards before they play it.
One.
Huddersfield unlucky in recent weeks. They ran Saints close in the Challenge Cup and then conceded a late penalty in a 26-25 defeat to Wakefield. Murphy then for the Giants.
Go to
O'Brien, Matangi, and that's Gaskell. No way through the wash. It's Griffin, I beg your pardon, who makes that tackle alongside Mickey Payer, and they're driving him towards the sideline.
Well, that's strong defence, isn't it, on Lee Gaskell?
O'Brien. It's Matangi.
Move.
Second involvement for him into Washbrook's tackle. And now Matty English. Big collision with Payer.
Stand. Goal 5.
Kick
Outside.
from Oliver Russell.
He's the kicker, Russell. Play on.
Easy for Jamie Shaw.
Well placed. Kick from Oliver Russell on the back of two strong runs from Matangi and English. Maybe the old-fashioned way of running hard and landing on your front mate. Help Huddersfield in this game, especially help the likes of Lee Gaskell and Russell.
Hold. Go to.
Washbrook's pass for Minicello this time. Gaskell, Meller among the tacklers for Huddersfield. Over halfway with Payer. Punching into the tackle there of English.
Well, the black and white's clearly making more metres with the ball. I suppose it's about scoring points, not just making ground. But even after contact, they're still carrying the balls forward. And here's the first chance. Jake Connor has had a high tackle from Senior. Not according to the referee.
5. Move. Hold. Go 5.
Nice ball from Albert Kelly to set that open. It's his kick. Testing McIntosh again. Able to collect in his own in-goal area on the full 20-metre restart coming up. They're not hanging around either.
No, they're not getting them kicks right, are they? Matty English putting Albert Kelly under pressure. Then, well, for Huddersfield, I think they've got to get up in the faces of Hull FC. They seem to be getting up a couple of steps, then waiting for Hull's big forwards to run onto the ball. More content in trying to catch the player and take him to ground, rather than meeting them with a real strong hit.
5.5 minutes flown by. Gaskell. Nice to the left-hand side, and they shift it. Really good tackle, though, coming in from Connor.
Move. Hold.
Shut down
Go free.
Jake Wardle. That was Russell. Now
Surrender.
Murphy.
Stand by mark. Go 4.
O'Brien. Russell again. Gets a kick away. Bounces really horribly and Shaw slips at a crucial moment. And Joe Wardle goes in for the first try for the Huddersfield Giants. The kick caused all sorts of problems. And it's Joe Wardle who strikes. Opened the try scoring in the Magic defeat of Bradford back in 2014. A couple in the cup defeat to Saints a fortnight ago. He is in red-hot form. And Huddersfield strike first at Anfield.
Well, wasn't this a good kick from young Oliver Russell? Look, going at the line under an awful lot of pressure from Hadley. He finds that space, and the fullback Jamie Shaw, normally so clinical at the back, slips over. He's looking for it to bounce back into his arms. A crucial error and a good try, a good opening try of this game.
Joe Wardle, the Scottish international, back at Huddersfield now after a spell in the NRL with Newcastle. 4 tries in his last 3, league and cup now. To say, in really good form, and Oliver Russell with a chance to improve this. Give Huddersfield a 6-0 lead. Well, FC favoured by the pundits in the studio before this one, but it's Huddersfield who've struck first. And 2 more points from Oliver Russell. They're ahead now by 6 points to 0.
Well, you could say it's 6 points from Oliver Russell because it was his brilliant kick, one in which caused Jamie Shaw. There's always, when this rugby league football bounces, you never know which direction it could turn. It's twisted infield and bounced favourably for Wardle. They've got ahead, and just talking about Oliver Russell, I think it's been a fantastic season so far from him. Oh, error here now from McIntosh. The ball goes over the dead ball line, and Hull will get the ball back.
You know, he's one of those players that can come up with some quality plays, but also make some clangers like this.
He pulled out to the catch, which was interesting, wasn't it? I think we'd probably put that down to Mark Sneyd. He can sometimes get a ball to twist and turn. Clearly one of the best kickers of the ball in this game here. There's light rain starting to fall here now at Anfield. Didn't back himself on the catch, and now he's got to back his team to defend.
Really tough question asked with the restart by Mark Sneyd, and McIntosh couldn't answer it. It's a decent dropout though. And Kelly picks that ball up just 30 metres from his own line. Crashes into that Huddersfield defence, led by Mellor. O'Brien in there as well. Washbrook. To his left is Payer, into Murphy. Matangi as well.
With me, Matty. Hold.
Perfect response. Hull have the possession back. Sneed's pass. Scott Taylor now.
Third.
His first try of the year in last week's win. Impressive win at Warrington.
Going to push up with Westerman there. His teammates, they left him one of the best players at keeping the ball free. Passing it, but nobody alongside him.
That's the Huddersfield try line. They're just 5 metres away. Hull FC looking to respond. Vicky Payer trying to twist over. Desperate defence from the Giants. Washbrook's pass. Sneyd trying to do more damage with the boot. It's batted back by McGilvray and out.
Do you know, if he looks at that again, he goes for the high kick. Maybe the kick would have been along the ground. There's some space there. He spots the space. Lee Gaskell's there. And I think the young winger, Kieran Buchanan, that could have been an opportunity for him. It didn't need to go in the along the ground.
You're getting caught, mate. You're going to have to get all the way back on that tip.
McGilvray had to get to that. Hull
Here we go, boys, on the cross.
have a chance here
On the cross, please, boys.
to mount some sustained pressure and answer that Huddersfield try.
Hands over, get tight there.
Just 10 metres away when they start this set with the scrum. Fed by Sneyd, picked up by Washbrook. Now it's Westerman. Here is Kelly. Short ball.
One. Move away.
Dean Hadley.
You hand off that ball.
Some interference on the ball there, says Liam Moore.
Strong back row, isn't it? And Dean Hadley's one of those players who takes a lot of handling. Second effort on the floor on the ball because they'd lost contact.
Hold.
First penalty 10 minutes into this game, and Hull camped on those Huddersfield posts. That's Westerman trying to stretch out.
Move. Square markers.
Mellor got one in the mouth there for his trouble there. There could be more trouble coming up for Huddersfield out. Short ball this time.
Third.
Excellent tackle again by Russell.
Line.
Had to be as well.
Go third.
Hadley brought to ground. Short side play. Sneyd examining that defence again.
Hold.
Still two left to see out for Simon Wolford's men. Washbrook. That was Westerman. Here is Payer. Hands off one, comes back for more into Gaskell's tackle.
Move, line.
Oliver Russell up over the top. Adam O'Brien, I should say. This is Kelly. Crossfield.
Back.
It's won by Hull, it's come back. And Mark Sneyd. The ball was... The line was at his mercy, he lost the ball.
Well, knowing it's the last play, he's trying to kick the ball as well. When he gets his ball knocked back into his hands from Jake Connor, he knows that there's numbers in front of him. He loses possession, tries to kick it forward. You see good defence again from Oliver Russell, getting his body in front of some of the senior players he's playing against.
Go.
Joe Wardle, the try scorer, played the ball.
Surrender.
And in his senior bout to play, he scored a fantastic try, diving in at the corner last week. Brave. In fact, both of the wingers for Huddersfield got some good ball and showed their ability to score. Will we see that again here now in the next hour or so at Anfield? This time it's the winger carrying it centre field.
His first try, in fact, of the season for in his senior last week against the Robins. Here is O'Brien.
Well, that's how strong Jermaine McGilvray is. He's a powerful runner, isn't he? Not only is he powerful, he can get rid of defenders and get a decent offload away. Look, 3 players around him, 3 big players as well. And Adam O'Brien, he's looking to get through the gap. And then the penalty that they get on the back of that, Mickey Payer. They need some pressure themselves here, or build some pressure. As Alex Mellor is still struggling from that knock he received underneath the posts.
Okay.
Had to make that tackle as well.
He's been in good form, hasn't he? 6 tries in the last 6 appearances. He's a quality player, developing every game that we see.
Okay, mate, we're going there now. High.
Yet to re-sign with the Huddersfield Giants.
On the
Recruited Chester Butler from Halifax for 2020 this week.
Go. Need time it there, Joe.
Matangi ramps things up now for the Giants. Into Washbrook's tackle.
Hold. Go, 1.
20 metres away.
Surrender.
Westerman in there.
Stand, hold, Scott. Hold. Go, 2.
Murphy is grounded, short ball. And that was English who found Gaskell in some space. Desperate to get the ball away. Griffin knocks it on.
Well, survival defence there from the whole side. Gaskell almost through the line, just pulled to the ground, and Josh Griffin knocks on, so they'll get 6 more players here, 6 more chances to attack. Sneed and co were hoping.
The referees ruled that it was a knock-on by Gaskell as he let go of the ball. So he's given head and feet to Hull.
Wow, a relief, I think, for Hull there, because they look dangerous when they get near the line, Huddersfield. I like the fact this year we're seeing Gaskell and Oliver Russell running hard and straight. Not run to the corner flag, they run straight at the goalpost, and it's certainly created space for players out wide.
1. Move. Hold.
Buchanan for the black and whites. Washbrook's pass. Here is now Longo.
2. Move. Also hold. Go, 2.
Kelly.
That's better line speed from Huddersfield. Alex Mellor leading the chase then. Taking yards off the Scott Taylor.
Washbrook in quickly.
40.
Speared forward by Mark Sneed. That's a brilliant kick.
What a great player. Third tackle. He knew that he was going to get that ball off the back of a decent play in the ball from Scott Taylor. Spots the space in between the fullback and behind the winger. Excellent kick.
Perfect trajectory from Mark Sneed. Puts Hull in a brilliant position here. They camped under the Huddersfield posts. Really struggling in that set. That's changed the complexion completely. Just 4 metres away. Washbrook gets it away to Sneed. Short ball, Kelly. Kelly as he sneaked out. Just lost the ball at the crucial moment. Liam Moore in the perfect position to see it. And Huddersfield survive again. They want to launch the counter now.
It was Mellor again, I think, who pulled off an amazing tackle on Kelly, who certainly runs with great determination when he gets that chance. Loses the ball short of the line. It's unsurprising we saw Mark Sneed kick that 40-20 on a pitch that looks just less than 90 metres in length to me, try line to try line. A kicker like him certainly gets every chance to get the ball back. Fast surface. But they couldn't convert that opportunity into points.
And now Huddersfield in the whole half of the field with McGilvray. Payer and Taylor combined to bring him to ground. Now it's English. Nice ball and back on the inside.
4. Move, Daddy.
It's Joe Wardle.
Hold. Go, 4.
His try separates these two sides. Huddersfield looking for
Surrender.
another. Aaron Murphy.
Go, 5.
Westerman who made the tackle. To the right-hand side. It's picked up brilliantly by McGilvray. Puts boot to ball brilliantly as well. And denied at the death. Desperate defence from Jamie Shaw. We talked about his acceleration, and he needed all of it there.
Well, hasn't Jermaine McGilvray got it either side of the pitch? At one end of the field, he's good carrying the ball forward, getting out of trouble. At the other end, he's got a delicate kick that pressures Jamie Shaw into making a play for it. Gifting Huddersfield another set of 6 in decent field position. And field position that you think that they need in this game.
Pensive, Simon Walford. Luke Robinson alongside him there on the right-hand side. As McIntosh collects that drop out. Look at this run from Matangi. Met by the shoulder of Dean Hadley. And English now. Really good contest developing here between these two. First time at the Magic, they go head-to-head. McIntosh with a really good pass in his senior, back on the inside. It's going to be another Huddersfield try here. And Jake Wardle follows his brother onto the score sheet. Huddersfield bossing this in the opening 16 minutes. Jake Wardle, first appearance this season at centre against Hull in round 4. He kept his place as the Giants got their first win this season against Wigan. And now he scores at Anfield in the Magic weekend, and the Giants in double figures.
Well, Jermaine McGilvray, quality player, on the last tackle, gets another set of 6. Under pressure, but he still gets the right weight on that kick. Look at this, straight from the kickoff, that's what you do. Took the ball under your wing, you in that first play, and then all of a sudden, all the youngsters involved. First of all, it was Ollie Holmes, then it was Darnell McIntosh, then it was Tuinis Senior, and then back on the inside to the try scorer, Jake Wardle. Like Kevin Brown was saying before, Andy Kelly doing a tremendous job with some of the youngsters they've got coming through the system at Huddersfield.
Well, Huddersfield caused problems for the opponents with the wingers. We've seen both the right winger and the left wingman in this game so far really causing difficulties, and I think that makes them a team that, if they start to string things together, they can defend the try line strong enough. They've got a serious chance of ending the season in the top half of the table. Whether that's 5th or 6th, I'm not sure, Ben, but they really do look like a side that could trouble teams. Oliver Russell again, he ran at the goal post, not at the corner post, which is a natural tendency for the first receiver in a game of rugby. And we said there was some rain tumbling down. Handling the conditions here now is part of it. Long break here now, the referee just having some treatment, I think, with his audio equipment while Oliver Russell lines up this kick. But the Huddersfield fans, few of them doubted that within the opening quarter of this game they'd have a 10, possibly a 12-point lead. But that is a possibility here now, if Russell can convert this one.
They are looking to open up a 4-point gap on the bottom 3. For the moment, 2 points here. Put real pressure on the bottom 3 in the Super League, but their ambitions are more than that. They want top 5, they want those playoff positions. As the conversion attempt from Russell just goes wide. But Huddersfield with a really good start here inside 18 minutes. They lead by 10 points to 0.
You know, Huddersfield are one of those clubs that don't get a chance to play in grand finals, Challenge Cup finals. There's only Wigan that's got a better record at the Magic weekend, so you look what it means to these players, the young players who throw caution to the wind. They'll throw that 50-50 pass. Hasn't it been a good 18 minutes for the Wardle family?
Matangi again, who's started that second try for Jake Wardle.
Hold, go on.
Paul Clough now on from the bench.
2, move.
Made his debut against Hull 14 years ago
Goal 2.
for St Helens.
3rd, move all the way. Hold.
Also a cup winner against them
Just play it, Aaron. You won't have a problem then.
in 2008. Here is Jordan Turner for the Giants.
4.
To Washbrook's tackle.
Workman like set 6 here.
Go.
Jordan
4.
Turner, Aaron Murphy, the forwards getting involved. Paul Clough for his second touch in this set of 6.
Surrender.
Make sure you complete your set after scoring a try. Don't make the error like they did after scoring the first one.
Just hammered into touch to confirm that. And a really good set after points as Oliver Russell's kick is just drilled into touch.
Yeah, you're right, Ben. That's exactly what you want. They've more or less gone 90 metres. Ollie Russell stepping up over on the left-hand side, taking control at the back end of the set. Just getting the ball off the field and then making it slow then. Huddersfield defence here can nominate, they can number up, they can pick out who they think's going to be carrying the ball. And I think it's going to be Nalago from the scrum here.
Washbrook does find Nalago.
Move, square markers, go on.
Nice pass from Minicello. Brings in Buchanan on that left wing.
2, move, hold. Go
Turner, former Hull man with the tackle. Minicello again into O'Brien. Mellor in there as well. Difficult to put down.
Go 3.
Washbrook.
4, move, Paul. All the way, Joe. Hold. Go 4.
Now Kelly. Hadley goes back the other way. Just round Matangi, can't get through O'Brien.
Go
Clough in there as well. Mark Sneed goes aerial again. Another teasing kick, another test. Innes Senior loses it. It's gone backwards. Wardle just has to shuttle that behind. Joe Wardle in the right place.
The target in Huddersfield's left, aren't they? The thinking that maybe the inexperience of Jake Wardle in his senior. Both of those players are big players, and when senior goes up for that, he's under some pressure. He can't quite get to grips with it. And Joe Wardle just knocking the ball off the field.
Last week, the first time both Wardles had scored for the Giants against Hull Kingston Rovers. And just a week later, they've done exactly the same thing. Inside the first 17 minutes, and that's put Huddersfield in a decent lead. Hull have had their chances, though, as Green goes into collision there with Murphy.
Well, stopping tries rather than scoring one has got to be the focus now for Huddersfield. They won last week against Hull because their ability to save 10 or more points near their own line when generally their opposition would score. They've done it again here now by defending well enough. Scott Taylor says there was interference, but the referee disagrees. He says, no, you've just lost the ball. It's squirted out the side. And Huddersfield will receive possession. It's a great result here now for them. Disappointing one for Scott Taylor and co.
Got his first try of 2019, Scott Taylor, in last week's win at Warrington. So much pedigree, 5 England appearances, and made the dream team in 2016.
10 seconds, hands
Frustrated
over.
there, though, as Huddersfield pick up possession again. Huddersfield just need to find a way back into this game. 18 to go first half as McGilvray takes it forward now for the Giants. O'Brien. This is Clough. Spins and is taken by Westerman. O'Brien for Matangi. He's lost the ball.
Well, that's a Kumatai, isn't it? He swapped places with Matangi just 2 minutes ago, and he's lost the ball. I guess the weather here now is starting to have an impact here. The ball, the grip on the ball, not as good for the players as it has been in that first match. We've seen error leading to error.
Again, Kumatai, he's asking the referee, was that played at? Yeah, there was a hand in there, but he's got to have more responsibility on holding onto that ball. Anytime you're playing conditions and it's been a bit drizzly, you've got to make sure that when you go into contact and you're hitting someone who's 6'3" and 17 stone, you've got to hold on to the ball.
Griffin going to say holds on for Hull FC, but he doesn't. These conditions becoming a real problem for both sets of players.
But Griffin, he's fighting. Maybe a bit of a tap down, but again, I've adopted the attitude of that you've got to make sure you control it. If you're making mistakes, you've got to try and build your back. You've got to build your set to 6. It may be batches of 5.
Would you be tempted to kick earlier here in the set then and just get to the other end of the field? It seems as though nobody can hold on to it at present.
O'Brien from the base of that scrum brings in McGilvray. Will surely be the directive from both these coaches. Just keep possession. As Lawrence goes in. Giants' longest serving player. Made his debut at Warrington back in 2007. The captain, Michael Lawrence. Testimonial against Bradford in January. O'Brien. Right-hand side. Gaskell. Short ball. Was it forward?
Pass, yeah. Forward pass. Mellor is in front of Lee Gaskell when he goes at the line. Well, Daniel McIntosh was round the back. Maybe Alex Mellor thought he was going to go through as that lead runner. But even going through as a lead runner, you've got to put yourself in a position where you can take the pass. You've got to be a genuine option, and Simon Wolford knows just 25 metres from Hull FC's line. You've got to turn the ball over on your terms, putting pressure on Hull FC.
Shot clock off. Out.
Fair to say, not happy with the end to that set for Huddersfield, and so black and white come forward again. Scoreless for the first 25 minutes, as far as Lee Radford's side are concerned. They shut out the Giants in the second half of their meeting 2 months ago. Find themselves pointless so far at Anfield. 15 to go to the half-time break. Jamie Shaw trying to tiptoe through the defence. The key strike players in this Hull FC armoury. Scott Taylor now. Strong carry typically from him.
Play it. Go 5.
Hadley. Sneed. Crossfield kick. Spilled by Jake Wardle, and Shaw immediately onto it.
Still 5.
Still the last,
Still 5.
says Liam Moore.
Still 5.
Shaw goes the long way round, brings in Griffin, and Griffin with a kick. Not the best.
Brilliant play by McIntosh, wasn't it? To anticipate, he worked and tracked behind his own line, his own teammates to over the far side of the field, then turned around quickly, came back and anticipated where that kick would go. And it bounced up favorably for him. He'd stepped off that way, came back. I mean, wonderful, wonderful effort in from him to defend that play.
So Jordan Turner carry this forward now for Huddersfield. Gaskell slammed into the ground by Minicello. Didn't like the tackle.
Well, that's what they need if they want to go on and win this game. The high shot from Minicello hits Gaskell round the chops, doesn't it?
Are you okay?
The referee Liam Moore saying, "Yeah, we'll just give that as a penalty."
I think even Mark Sneed, who was in close attendance, saw just why Liam Moore had awarded that penalty. And so Huddersfield in a really good opportunity, good ball, right part of the field as well, as Mellor goes into Buchanan's tackle. Michael Lawrence. Hadley gets to him.
All the way, Scott. Goal 2.
O'Brien. That's a Kumatai.
Third. Move, Scott.
Taylor
Hold.
with the tackle.
Third.
O'Brien looking to dart over, and he's got another. Huddersfield have scored 3. O'Brien from close range on his 100th Super League appearance puts real daylight between the Giants and Hull FC. Inside half an hour, 3 Huddersfield tries, and Adam O'Brien with the latest.
Well, they're doing a good job, aren't they? But they get that valuable field position that we spoke about from that penalty from Minicello. And Adam O'Brien, the former Bradford player, developing one of 4 players in the Huddersfield ranks to be named in the England Knights programme. Good player. And he spots the weakness. He fakes to go one way. He's got Paul Clough going round the post as that lead dummy runner. And there's some space, and doesn't he look excited for that one? Well, this has been a good 28 minutes for Huddersfield.
It's been a great start for Adam O'Brien as well, hasn't it? You know, everyone talks about Cruz Leeming and the glamour players that he puts on when he enters the field, but you sometimes forget the foundations that Adam O'Brien sets for him and his team. He's had that sort of try in his kit bag since his days at Bradford a long time ago. He's brave, he's committed, he hits as hard as anybody pound for pound in defence. And when he gets to the line, well, if he sees a chink of light, he'll go for it.
Russell right in front.
Time off.
Composed himself.
Back on.
2 more points for the Huddersfield Giants. Phil, you talk about Adam O'Brien. I think the way what we're seeing here, perhaps Danny Houghton missing last week, missing this week, and exactly the qualities you've just talked about, and they're not on the field, not available to Lee Radford this afternoon.
They're not, but Danny Washbrook did OK last week, and he did OK in the opening 20 minutes here for Hull. He's been replaced. Dean Hadley's filling that role. But certainly having a specialist hooker, you do really appreciate having that option available to you. But this is fascinating now for Hull, who, you know, have played well. They managed to win at Warrington last week, but find themselves 16-0 behind here. Half an hour gone in the game. Rebuilding. I saw Mark Sneed trying to lift his team, but 1 or 2 of the rest of them looked flat. The chins looked like they were dragging them towards halfway.
Goal 3.
For O'Brien, Huddersfield with their tails up now, but Turner's lost the ball. And immediately a chance for Hull FC now to get back into this game.
Oh, it was a good tackle from Mark Sneed, though, getting underneath Jordan Turner, dislodging that ball.
Okay, now. 1.
Chris Green
Move.
for the black and white.
Goal 1.
Inside that Huddersfield red zone, and then it's dropped. Joe Westerman has put the ball down, and now it's Huddersfield who counter. Gaskell has it. He's got McIntosh, and McIntosh is quick.
0.
Really important tackle from Albert Kelly. Shaw holds on as long as he can. Is it a penalty? No, says the referee. Here is Gaskell, gives it to Russell. Then Russell with a kick. Now Largo is there for Hull FC. Was that the right option? He's knocked on.
Well, they'll get the ball back, won't he, Huddersfield? And Ollie Russell kicking off that break was on tackle 1. He kicks it behind to Nalago. If that's a clean take, it's the wrong play, isn't it? But look how exciting they are. Joe Westerman, one of the most experienced players in a Hull FC jersey, makes the mistake. Hull FC switch off, and then all of a sudden they're looking to attack. Darnell McIntosh looks to drop it down a gear, but I like what I'm seeing from Ollie Russell. His game management, his willingness to take that gamble and kick it. If he spots something, go for it. Always back your players, and I'm sure that Simon Wolford will back that youngster.
10 seconds. You need another one. You need another one. Go on. Shot clock
Wolford,
off.
one of the NRL's most consistent hookers, over 14 seasons with Canberra. Kumatai puts Minicello on the floor.
1.
2 former NRL stalwarts in opposition there.
Go on.
Here is Russell for Gaskell. Now it's McIntosh. There's some space for McIntosh, and he goes himself. Has he got through the tackle of Nalago there? He knows he has. The referee agrees with him. It's another Huddersfield try. They are cutting Hull FC to ribbons in this opening half an hour or so. 7 in Super League now for Darnell McIntosh. And it's turning into a first-half nightmare at Anfield for Lee Radford.
Well, we're worried about the kick through, but now Longo, well, it's a knock-on from him, and it gave Huddersfield one more chance. They only needed it. An invitation of 6 players near their opponent's line, and a wonderful backline example. I've said all season they can score tries through the wingers. They didn't even need to give it to the winger on this occasion, because the man inside in the fullback slid over and grounded the ball to extend the lead to 20 points. And with 32 minutes gone, that has to be a commanding position.
They've chosen an all-red kit at the home of the Reds, and they are running riot in this first half hour or so. Darnell McIntosh opened his 2019 account against Hull back in March. That was his 50th Giants appearance. He made his debut against the Black and Whites in March 2017, and now some more personal history against Hull in Liverpool. Russell trying to calm himself down. Missed the conversion attempt though. Huddersfield in a commanding lead. They're ahead by 20 points to 0.
Well, I tipped them before the game, but I'd never thought that before half-time they're going to be 20 points to 0 up. I really like their attitude, what they're doing. So the youngsters that everyone was talking about, Hull FC being experienced. Well, these youngsters have really stepped up. So like playing on the big stage, they never get to do that. Like some of those bigger clubs in Super League, and they are impressing.
Well, you need to change the momentum of a game, and Josh Bowden, the number 10 who's pulled off that tackle, certainly tried to make a start. It's easy when a team are ahead that they all go around and they all congratulate one another when there's a good tackle and there's a try saver made. Having that sort of team spirit, that body language when you're 20 behind is the real challenge, but it's certainly what Hull need right now if to dig themselves out of this hole.
Josh Bowden just delighted to be out there. His first appearance in over 12 months since a horrible knee injury. Mellor for the Giants. All Huddersfield in this first 34 minutes.
Move, hold your. Hold your hold.
Last one. O'Brien. That's Gaskell. Exactly what was required.
They're doing a decent job, aren't they? Gaskell and Russell. You look at Lee Gaskell, the form that he's been in this year. He's played in 5 of Huddersfield's 6 wins. He's key to what they do. He's that older, experienced player that helps out the likes of Russell and McIntosh. And for Hull FC, I'm just looking down the team sheet here and thinking, Jake Connor's been quiet, Albert Kelly's been quiet.
Hands over. 10 seconds, heads down.
Mark Sneed's been quiet. When they get down near the line, yeah, they're coming up with some decent kicks to the corner to where Huddersfield's left, and they might have made a couple of mistakes, but they're making a good fist of it defensively. You can see that from the scoreboard.
Just 2 months ago, Hull found themselves on the right end of a 20-point scoreline, beating the Giants 28-8. Simon Wolford's men turn the form book on its head here.
Look at that completion rate at the bottom for Hull FC. They it was 41%. You've got no chance in winning a game. 41% completion rate.
4, move, hold ball, square markers. Go, not
Chris
square
Green holds
markers.
on. Westerman. Sneed. Nice weight on the kick, but just too long. Greasy conditions now.
Well, kicking on the fourth plate, not having any luck going through Huddersfield, so the next best option is to try and get another set of 6 or just force an error.
Inside the last 4 minutes in his senior. Flattened by Jake Connor.
Well, a bit more intent, a bit more whack from Hull FC now in Huddersfield half, looking to get the ball back from a decent dominant collision.
Clough to Hadley's tackle. O'Brien. Lawrence. Gaskell. Spins out of that tackle. Comes back for more. Still going. Wraps up a couple of tacklers. Back on the inside for Akuma Tai. Still going. Akuma Tai gets out of one. Gives it to Gaskell. Gaskell kicks ahead for himself. Shaw is quicker, and he had to be.
Akuma Tai just picked his target out then, didn't he? And he doesn't go away from it. He spots Green. He goes straight at him. And as he goes through the line, he's looking to play. And Gaskell's on his shoulder. He knows that if he pushes up with Akuma Tai, there's a good chance of getting an offload.
You know, we've seen teams come back from 20 points behind in Super League games, but we rarely see them come back from 26. You know what? If Huddersfield really want to kill this game off here now and take 2 points, a try would be a perfect thing to take in to that half-time break.
Absolutely crucial 3 minutes coming up then to half-time. Can Hull keep them out? It's been a rampant Huddersfield display so far. Here is Clough. Shoulder into Hadley. Bowden. O'Brien. Akuma Tai.
Third, move, hold,
15 missed tackles for Hull FC. O'Brien goes for the one-pointer. He's got it as well.
It's Oliver Russell, isn't it?
I beg your pardon, it's Russell who found exactly what he wanted there. A crucial 1 point, right to the death, off the post as well. Is it going to be Huddersfield's day in Liverpool?
Well, he's been out around the professional game all his life, hasn't he? His dad, Richard Russell, played for Castleford, played for Wigan, played for Oldham. Like I say, the experience might not be in years, but certainly between the years.
His grandfather Jimmy appeared for Oldham as well. Akuma Tai.
one.
Well, perhaps I was being greedy with my 6, wanting 6 before half-time. One might be significantly enough here. The control of the ball's been good. You can't see the energy or the enthusiasm that Hull played with last week at Warrington, and their highs and lows in performance swings has been incredible.
Is that the Jekyll and Hyde side in the Hull FC side? They go to Warrington last week, they win by 19 points to 12. They come to the magic event, and then at half-time they look like they're going to go in to the sheds at 21-0 down.
And some magic from the boot of Ollie Russell, his third drop goal in the last 4 in Super League.
Goal 5, not square.
Clough played the ball for O'Brien. Gaskell can't find the sideline of Buchanan to bring it back for Hull FC. Inside the last minute. It's a huge ask for the black and white to try and get over in this last 60 seconds. Been out of sorts in this first 40 in truth. Huddersfield have been rampant. Griffin.
Third, move all the way, Joe. Hold. Go third.
There's Westerman, now Kelly.
Good defence from Albert Kelly then.
Move. Hold. Go for it. Play your ball, Albert. Keep your hands to yourself.
There is Sika Manu.
Look like they're getting rattled here.
Surrender.
Hull FC. Lee Radford knows that they've been second best in all departments in this first half.
Last one, so Mark Sneed goes high. He gets something here, it's been spilled by in his senior, and Kelly has it.
Move.
They're going to get 6 more, but they've only got three seconds to go. They need the quick play of the ball. The hooter sounds.
That's the hooter. They've got the penalty.
Well, did they go at goal? That's possibly probably the best option, because the speculative kick to the corner, the odds of that coming off a 0, I think so. Well, less, just above that. He's asking Mark Steeds, questioning what they do here.
What are we doing?
Players unsure of themselves here, but the 2 points looks like the best option to me.
What are we doing? Two boys.
Well, seeing who goes up for it, they've targeted the youngster. Ball in hand, they've looked strong. Well, they have looked a bit.
Does it go forward off Jake Connor? I thought it was his right hand that sent the ball forward. The officials don't agree with me.
I think it's Inisini who knocks the ball forward, Phil.
The ball comes this way. Watch, nice and slow. Just look at the right hand there. That's Jake Connor.
Yes,
The ball
it's
goes
10
backwards
metres.
to that line
Alex
anyway.
Miller, is it? Alex, 10 metres.
Well, a difficult decision for the referee to see live, isn't it? We've studied it on a couple of close-ups where they had his hand in there.
I still think it comes off Inisini's right hand.
Well, on the field, I would certainly have given a knock-on.
Mark Sneed into open Hull's account with the last kick of the first half. On target with that, a rare bright spot in a difficult first 40 for Hull FC. Simon Wolford will be content with that first half performance. Lee Gaskell at the heart of it. 4 tries posted by the Huddersfield Giants, and the drop goal from Ollie Russell as well. Sneed with that late penalty goal. The Wardle brothers on target within 10 minutes of each other on 7 and 17. And that Huddersfield momentum continued by O'Brien and by Darnell McIntosh. Plenty of work for Lee Radford and Hull FC at half-time. At the break, the Black and Whites trail by 21 points to 2.
Promotion to the Championship, the prize as Charlton take on Sunderland in the League One playoff final, 2:30 p.m. tomorrow on Sky Sports Football. And promotion to the big one, the prize on offer as Aston Villa and Derby go head-to-head in the Championship playoff final. 2 p.m. start for that on Monday, again on Sky Sports Football. We are the halfway point of Game 2 of Day 1 of the 2019 Dacia Magic Weekend, and the Huddersfield Giants have a 21-2 half-time lead over Hull FC. 19 points the difference. The last time a team trailed by 19 points at Magic was Hull FC. 2 years ago, they went on to lose 45-0 in what was Justin Holbrook's first game in charge of the Saints. The standout statistics from that first 40 minutes are a completion rate of just 47% for Hull FC, not nearly good enough to not even compete in a game, let alone win it. Let's take you into the dressing rooms here at Anfield. Well, there's a chance for Lee Radford to address his troops at half-time in the slightly cramped conditions of the alternative changing rooms here. Well, there's wild fluctuations in their performances in this season. Very good in victory last week against the Warrington Wolves, winning 19 points to 12. And they have again gone back to their below average performances in this first 40 minutes. The Huddersfield Giants have been very good, building on a win last week against Hull Kingston Rovers, and they have had a near flawless first 40 minutes. Yes, welcome back to Anfield. Welcome to Barry McDermott, who joins myself and Warrington's Kevin Brown in the studio. In the build-up to this game, Kevin, we referred to Lee Radford and his side and the fluctuations in their performances this year. Very good one week, very bad the next week. And we have seen in the first 40 minutes, they have a chance, they have a second half to try and rectify this, but we have seen that pattern emerge again today.
We have, and it's come to the fore pretty quick. You know, they went behind, and I think the energy and the spring that they had about them just fell away. We have non-negotiables at our club. When you make a break, you chase as hard as you can. If you don't get there, you don't get there. And we all sort of thought a couple of the lads were injured, and that's the surprising thing. Win or lose, you want to try hard, and I think a few of them then got their heads down, they got underconfident and lost that will to try really hard.
Well, Kevin and John, who were in studio in the build-up to this game, said it was a youthful Huddersfield side that they thought would go down to the Hull FC team. A good start was going to be imperative for Huddersfield. They got that, Barry, through Joe Wardle's try.
I too thought it was a young side, but it's been the youngsters that have come to the forefront. Huddersfield Giants through Oliver Russell. I'm delighted to see him getting his spot in the side, and he's had a hand and an influence in virtually every one of those tries. That was a wonderful kick. A little bit of a mistake, and Jamie Shaw will forgive him for that, but I think the accuracy of that kick meant that Jamie Shaw had an impossible decision to make, and Joe Wardle got off with the first try after 6 minutes. 10 or 11 minutes later, again, a nice kick, repeat possession, gave the field position. Love watching plays like that. Not too much finesse, but good luck stopping Matangi when he's in full flight. Watch this, in the frame. And then brother of Joe, Jake, gets his try on 17 minutes. And at this point, through the good kicking game, through the energy in defence and turning up for one another, Huddersfield in full control of this game.
Now this is a high shot from Mark Minicello that led to Adam O'Brien going over in his 100th Super League appearance to score close to the line, going over from dummy half. We would try Lee Radford will be disappointed with. He'll be more disappointed, Kevin Brown, in your opinion, with the reaction to the Hull FC players following this drop-off from Joe Westerman.
And this was what we was talking about before, that the chase back, there's probably 4 or 5 of them, but you see, you know, Chris Green and a couple of others, they get back really late, and that's a bad sign. That's something that you really don't want to see. They're still not behind the Huddersfield attack, and you know, he chose to kick the ball there. On another occasion, he probably goes through the hands and they score the try, like on this one.
Darnell McIntosh making the decision not to pass and run. Just about got away with this one.
Just about, and last week the big winger, you know, for Hull FC, he was stopping a lot of tries against us. And there he had a chance then, but McIntosh, just that extra strength, he got over.
Kev, you'd recognise a good young half-back. He's had to wait, he's had to be patient. Began his career at Wigan, Ollie Russell. Not the direct route for him. I'm sure he would have wanted to make his name and stay in that Wigan system, but he came to Huddersfield. He's had to work extremely hard. I don't know who's picking man of the match, but he's my man of the match so far.
You're Oliver Russell, you're Lee Gaskell, you're playing in the halves here. You've got a 19-point half-time lead in a game you weren't favourites in. You know they're probably going to come back with a bit of sting at the start of the second half. How do you game manage the opening 10, 15 minutes of this second part?
Yeah, well, I think what they've been doing in the first half has been working, so you stick with what's good for you initially. I think the kicking game from Oliver Russell's been tremendous. He's probably been the best kicker of the ball on the field, and we all expected Mark Sneyd to have a big say in that, but he's been fantastic. His game management, how he's been leading the team, you know, he looks like a senior player. He doesn't look like a youthful player.
Conversely, what do you do if you're Lee Radford? Bearing in mind, he said that they don't react when I stick the boot in them as players and ask them for a reaction. Some of them melt away, so it seems he can't do that.
I was watching the body language of those players. I was also watching the body language of Lee Radford. Was he animated? Was he bashing tables? Well, no. He was trying to make it and take away the emotion of it, trying to make it process-led. So get back to what we set out to do at the start of the week and focus on that, but it's a long way back.
I think, Barry, you tipped a Hull FC win before this game. How does this... I'll have to remind you. Terry's reminding us he tipped Huddersfield.
Yes, he did.
How does the second half unfold?
Well, it's hard to see Hull FC coming back from this. Huddersfield in full control, so Huddersfield to go on and win.
I'm going to give you the opportunity to change your prediction.
I'll change. I just think they've had the perfect game plan. In the wet, they've just been methodical in getting to the middle of the field, splitting their half-backs up and putting pressure on her. I think if they continue to, you know, they probably want to complete a little bit higher too, but, you know, I want to go Huddersfield now.
OK, not long before Hull FC and Huddersfield take the field again here at Anfield for the second half in Game 2 of Day 1 of the Dash-It Magic Weekend. The half-time entertainment here has come from the PDRL. Sides have been out on the field. Tremendous action and very well supported. Leeds Rhinos. Barry McDermott, of course, an ambassador for the Leeds Rhinos in PDRL. Yes. This, a wonderful part of rugby league that is expanding. This and Learning Disability Rugby League have taken off in 2019.
A great supporter of PDRL. Adam Hills, I believe, will be playing for the Warrington side. And again, everybody wants to get behind and give more people more opportunities to play rugby league.
Brilliant, entertaining, a big crowd here at Anfield. There were some concerns that not a lot of people would turn up. They have been wide of the mark. This great stadium has been graced by rugby league fans and some wonderful rugby league entertainment from the Betfred Super League. And at half-time in Game 2, it's the Huddersfield Giants with a 21-2 half-time lead. What have Lee Radford and his side got in response?
mouth-watering end coming up to day one of the 2019 Magic Weekend. The grand finalists of last year go head-to-head in their third meeting of the season. Warrington won on home soil in League and Cup as they meet in Magic for the third year running. Wigan against Warrington, a 6:45 start following this on Sky Sports Action. At half-time in Game 2, it's all about the Huddersfield Giants, who lead by 21 points to 2 against Lee Radford's Hull FC. Both Wardle brothers on the score sheet early, inside 10 minutes, 7 and 17 minutes, and that Giants performance continued on as O'Brien and McIntosh also found themselves on the score sheet. Russell added 2 goals and a drop goal, and Sneed with a very late penalty, the only points that Hull FC posted in that first period. They were certainly rocked in that first 40. Lee Radford's men. What have they got left in this second period? Huddersfield shut out Huddersfield for 40 minutes in a 28-8 win in their first meeting this season. 2 months on, they found themselves scoreless for 39.5 minutes. And only that late Sneed penalty. The only points posted in that first period. The urgency for Mark Sneed as Steve Price, the Warrington coach, watches on his men in action against Wigan. Next up, that should be a blockbuster. Just going through the last-minute preparations. Picture of calm ahead of a huge game for both those clubs. This is huge as well. Hull FC looking to secure their place in that top 4, in Huddersfield looking to extricate themselves from the situation at the bottom and trying to put themselves in touch with that crucial top 5. Sneed gets us underway in the second period. McIntosh collects for the Giants.
I'll be interested to hear what the coach Lee Radford said at half-time to his troops. I was really disappointed with the way that they played. Any time they ever looked like breaking down Huddersfield or getting over the line was a cross-field kick and maybe an error from Huddersfield, but Huddersfield really committed performance. Thought they were very good. They worked hard together, and the youngsters have really shown for me.
Alex Mellor among them, 24 years of age, England Academy international, 6 tries in his last 6 appearances. Red hot form and impressing again on the big stage here. Westerman with the tackle on Clough. High from Russell, one of the outstanding performers in that first 40. And Jamie Shaw does really well to collect, but look at the pressure applied by the Giants.
What a brilliant way to start the second half. Pass the ball around, move your opponent's defensive line, gain ground, kick accurately, and make sure you get the best possible outcome. A goal line dropout, most likely chance of getting the ball back. That's brilliant, brilliant beginning to this second half. Sneed goes hard to the side, but it bounces up favourably for Ines Senior. You know, the Huddersfield fans at the start of the season thought they might be talking about Aquila on that left wing scoring tries. But I think this Senior's building a pretty good reputation. He did all right for me in that first 40.
Surrender! Stand! Hold on to...
Michael Lawrence has the ball deep into that Hull territory again, and McIntosh causing some problems. McIntosh trying to stretch out.
Move! Goal third.
Denied by a desperate tackle there from Hadley. Turner, no way through for him.
Line!
Against his old club, 34 tries in 72 for the black and whites. He will be enjoying this more than most as Gaskell finds a Kumatai into Bowden's tackle.
Move, goal line, Jamie! Hold. Goal 5.
O'Brien. That's Gaskell with a nice kick. Really well collected, though, by Mark Sneed.
Well, he drops down to get it, doesn't he? He recognises that Gaskell's about to drop the ball onto his boot, try and just dab it through the defensive line.
Not a goalkeeping masterclass there from Mark Sneed. He had to get involved there, but he spilled the ball, and Huddersfield have back-to-back sets in greasy conditions. Exactly what was required from the boot of Lee Gaskell.
Well, Ben, an outstanding start to the second half, isn't it? The 100 metres that they went from kick-off, force another goal line drop-off, then force an error.
Russell's pass, Akumatai crashes into Westerman.
One, move Seeker.
Seeker Manu involved as well, and there's lying on for a while there. The referee's patience holds. Clough at the line.
Two, move back. Goal line, Josh.
Sneed puts Gaskell into the ground.
Play it.
Plenty of tackles in the bank though for the Giants. Direct from Clough. Westerman over the top. O'Brien trying to pinch one. O'Brien over the line. Once again, just as he was in that first period, 2 for O'Brien. And the Giants start the second half just as they've finished that excellent 40 minutes. It's 2 for Adam O'Brien at Anfield, and a memorable landmark appearance, 100 in Super League. And a double now for the hooker. His first Giants try came at the Magic 2 years ago. They beat the Dragons in Newcastle. He is loving this event.
What a tremendous 3 minutes in the opening of this second half. Mark Sneed making the error. And you've got to credit this man, Paul Clough. It doesn't look anything. But look, he gets defenders, they can't get set at the ruck. The markers aren't there. All of a sudden, you've got Josh Bowden, who comes from the left-hand side. He goes around the right. Joe Westerman's not set. He's not aware of the threat. And that threat was that man, Adam O'Brien. Second try, close range try, but look at this. You get through the line. The markers, you've got to get up, you've got to get square. Josh Bowden goes open to the open side and leaves the space. As soon as he does that, any good hooker will spot that weakness in the defensive line. And Adam O'Brien did just that.
Russell adds the extras. Huddersfield stretch away again. 27 points to 2 now. 4 minutes into the second period, and we can hear what the coaches have said at the break downstairs with Angela.
Well, let's start with Simon Woolford, because you can imagine he's quite happy. Defensively, ecstatic really. Goal line D said is good, but his words that you need to get off our line a little bit more down their end. In attack, he said, we want them to be more patient. That's what they were for that try there. They played the patient line and they got that try. So he's a happy coach at the moment. Lee Radford, the opposite really. Short, sharp message from him. He's not happy with the individual errors his team are making. He wants to see major improvements in that area. Adam O'Brien, by the way, is sitting on the touchline there. We saw him go down in the tackle, or in the try, should I say, with a bit of an injury. I'm not quite sure what it is yet, but I'll check it out.
Thanks very much. Problem for now Lango as well. There is Adam O'Brien.
It's Jake Wardle, I think, isn't it? Is that the left centre? Adam O'Brien seems to have got himself as he... See there, number 20 catches his brother's leg. That's really is friendly fire, isn't it? Young Wardle gets kneed by the older Wardle. That's probably what the last did when they were playing in the back garden 10 years ago. You'd have to say, it doesn't matter, it was just an accident.
Bit of brotherly love. Looks like Joe's spotted that on the big screen. Yeah,
is that the face of concern?
Well, there you go, Jay. That's for winding me up all the time and getting me into trouble, saying that I'd hit you when I hadn't hit you. Well, I've hit you now.
Well, you see him looking on the big screen on the replay.
He's not even gone over to see how his brother is.
Well, maybe it's the knee rather than the head that's the bigger concern for Jake Wardle. You know, it shows that Mark Sneed and Hull have still got some fight left in them. They contest this restart. Joe Wardle taps it back, and eventually there's a knock on and offside between the Huddersfield players, so Hull will have a penalty here. They're 25 points behind with about 35 minutes left to play. Not quite a point a minute, but this will be a remarkable comeback if they could stage it here now. And it's a test of Huddersfield's ability. You know, this Magic weekend's a chance in which you play in front of your other 11 competitors in the league table, and you get to show them just how good you can be here. It's the only time in the season when all other 11 teams get to see how good you can be, and Huddersfield have a chance here now to show for the rest of the season they are a contender.
Jake Wardle's leaving the field, and I just saw the sign from the physio tapping his head as though it's a head knock. That's why he's leaving the field. But he was getting assessed for his leg injury, and that's sometimes when I think the rules are abused. And Jake Wardle, when he goes down, yeah, he was whacked by his brother. I don't think there was a concern about that. I think there was more of a concern with what was going down with his lower limbs.
Well, it's difficult to see, isn't it? I mean, the physio and doctor are out there. They're the ones assessing him.
Well, Jake Wardle was sat up and they were having treatment on his knee, not his head.
Well, he's got a lot of blood coming out of his nose, so perhaps the assessment's about right.
One.
Well, FC continue.
All crews hold.
They're only 11 metres or so away from that Huddersfield line. Westerman trying to change direction at that line, gives it to Kelly. There's pass for Connor, enveloped by 4, but still manages to get the ball away. Sikamanu now. More conventional from him.
2.
Well, they look hungry, he gets that ball away, but I think Huddersfield have got some pride in the defence here on the line.
Mark Sneed. Nice disguise pass for Minicello. Comes back the other way. Has support. It's Kelly.
3. Move.
Shut down by Clough.
Hold.
And
It's square ball.
Aaron Murphy. Westerman back for Sneed. Sneed scampers. Crabbing run from him. Fires the ball to Connor. No way through so far. The Huddersfield defence holds firm. Connor, though, stretching it laterally. Has support from Griffin. Ignores that support and brings in Buchanan instead. Gaskell immediately over with the tackle. Finished off by Leeming.
Stand for goal line. Go for.
All desperate for something to get back into this game. Bowden.
5. Move.
Last one
Line,
coming up.
hold.
Hadley assessing.
Goal 5.
Has possession now. Gives it to Sneed. Fumbles, but still manages to get the ball away. Straight into the midriff there, though, of Joe Wardle.
Real poor set of 6 from Hull FC. Players running across the line, looking for a defender that's going to jump the line and make a defensive error. But Huddersfield just keeping that line intact and just really pushing Hull backwards, and then that kick from Mark Sneed just wasn't good enough.
Big hit there coming in from Brad Fash on from the substitutes bench. Alongside Griffin on McGilvray. This is Turner stepping. Get through Westerman's tackle, driven back as well.
Hold. Go for.
Leeming.
Off that ball, Joe.
Standing last week. Clough at the line. That was Russell. Now it's Murphy.
5. Move. Play it. Go 5.
Russell under pressure. Gets a good kick away.
He soaks up that pressure, doesn't he? He's not scared of any defender. Working from the ruck, that inside pressure that coaches talk about. Go out, terrorise the halfback who's about to kick the ball and make him feel nervous. And the youngster just focuses on where he is on the field, what tackle it is, and where he wants to place that ball.
Hands over them, boys. Here we go.
Russell.
Shot clock off.
Back in 6 straight Super League games now.
Out.
Oh, no. It's gone from bad to worse here.
Knock on. The advantage is on this with a scrum now. For the dropout, we're going to go with a scrum.
Well, they're just not getting it right, are they, Hull FC? Nalago, he comes in, and he'll do this 9 times out of 10
It's not a
from
great
a scrum.
pass, is it?
No,
it's a
not.
spin pass. It's too fast, and it isn't where he needs it.
The mistakes are costly for Hull FC.
Nice and tight, Albert.
They've been under pressure, they're putting themselves under pressure. Huddersfield capitalising on a couple of repeat sets with a score early on in the second half. Now they've got another repeat set here.
1.
Started by McIntosh.
Line. Hold. Go
With
on.
the tackle. Scrubs McIntosh on the head there as they emerged from that.
Stand.
Smiles on the face though of Darnell McIntosh. His team lead by 25 points. And the Kumatai
Offside. Go over the goal line. I'll call you.
crashes in, but Hull FC are offside there.
Well, Liam Moore trying to work with the Hull FC players. He was calling them offside. Look, you can see they go early. It's Joe Westerman, all the players on the right-hand side. They go early, but they keep the pressure on. I'll go for 2 points here. They're tapping it.
1.
They are going to keep this pressure on.
Line. Hold. Go 1.
Going to be a darting run from Leeming. No, gives it wide, and Mellor trying to crash it over.
Obstruction, that, yeah.
Obstruction there, though. And it's a Hull FC penalty now, and a let-off, really, for the Black and Whites.
We'll send 2 attackers at 1 defender, but you've got to make sure that you do it legally. Let's see, was it Jordan Turner who just tries to cut in front of the man round the back, sticks to his line. That would have been a try. 2 options on 1 man.
Inside the last half hour, another penalty coming up for Hull FC.
Well, Josh Griffin, Hull FC's leading try scorer, you can see he just traps Alex Mellor's hand into the play of the ball. Knew exactly what he was doing then.
They need every advantage they can get just now. Hull FC. Bowden plays the ball. Hadley for Westerman. Nice pass at the line for Kelly. Kelly back inside for Sika Manu. Manu on a really good line. Akuma Tayo with an important tackle. Lawrence round the legs. Bad pass though, and the Giants come up with it.
Well, we do often see sometimes when the marker leans round here, players are penalised. He's hit the arm. Is that legitimate?
Well, I think he's stood up and he's moving away from the play of the ball. I think if you're doing it when he's just passing the ball off the ground, I think that's the difference. He's moving out there, isn't he?
Again, I've talked about here now in this final half an hour. Huddersfield 25-point lead, but can they play like a team that can play for 80 minutes, which they'll have to do in many games now in the remainder between now and the end of the season. They'll be challenged far greater against stronger teams away from home than they are in a neutral venue like this today. And if they are to force their way up into that top 5, they're going to have to pull out some amazing victories against strong teams on form, high on confidence. Ball looked flat, really flat today.
Some really tough tests immediately ahead for the Giants as well. So they go to Castleford next up, then they play the champions, and then they go to St Helens. They need to find their very best form right now, and they're doing just that here at Anfield. Leaving's pass for Clough. Here is Lawrence now.
Move, goal line. Hold, goal third.
Gaskell.
Oh, he scored!
And McIntosh has struck from close range for his second try. Hull FC have no answer to this. And Darnell McIntosh makes it 8 in Super League this season. Mark Sneed, a rueful look from him. Darnell McIntosh running riot.
Well, not only can they embarrass Hull, but they can also make every other opponent in Super League take note here. This is a team that are going to be difficult in the second half of 2019. There's an elasticity about Darnell McIntosh. He bounces through the tackles here, rides the challenge, spins through it and knows where the try line is. He's fast, he's encouraged to get involved, and as his confidence has grown throughout this season, I think we're going to see some spectacular plays from him in the rest of this year.
They just love the Magic Weekend, Huddersfield Giants. The only club to have won Magic fixtures all 4 previous venues. They're going to make it 5. Not that you believe it from looking at Simon Wolford's face just now. He knows there are big tests still to come. Russell looks to add 2 more points. They've won at Cardiff, they've won at Murrayfield, they've won at Manchester, and they've won in Newcastle. Now we can add Anfield and Liverpool to the list. Back on. 2 more points from Russell, and 33 now for the Huddersfield Giants. Injury news from the sideline, Angela Powers.
Well, we saw Adam O'Brien go long for that try early in the second half, and he seemed to be in a bit of pain. It's a lower leg injury. They were due to take him off anyway to rest him, but they brought him off just a little bit earlier. He's been running up and down the touchline trying to run off that injury, so it's looking hopefully will get a chance of going back out there on the pitch.
Thanks very much, Angela. Hull emerge with possession. Referee happy for play to continue as Kelly was exactly that. They need something quickly, Hull FC. Josh Griffin. He made 3 appearances for Huddersfield Giants back in 2009. This will hurt. Hadley, short ball. There's Payer trying to stretch out. use his bulk to get over the line. There's 4 to stop him.
Hold.
Well, FC still tryless. Mark Sneed. Buchanan.
2, move, and it's like square markers. It's a line pole. All go to, well done.
Hadley. Sneed. One dummy. Fash. No way through for him.
Line. Go third.
Murphy among the tacklers. And then a spill from Payer.
Solid defensive line from Huddersfield. Mickey Payer drops the ball 5 metres from the line. Well, I just think that the way that they've played and defended has been outstanding. Lee Radford notes that, and Andy Last to his left, or to his right, sorry. Just a quality performance all round from Huddersfield. When you look at Hull, like I said before, the Jekyll and Hyde side, they beat Warrington last week. The last 4 defeats that they've had, they've lost them. Big defeats as well. 37-6, they got beat by Catalan, 62-16 at Saints, 63-12 the Wolves, and 32-12 at Wakefield. So the coach, Lee Radford, hoping that his side aren't going to throw the towel in here. But can you see them scoring 31 points? Not the way they're playing.
You can't see them scoring 1 try, never mind 5.
On a win.
I've never seen them so disjointed, really. With all the players that they got, seasoned internationals from this side of the world and the other, they've been beaten in all quarters.
1, move!
Huddersfield looking to post even more points. Turner played the ball. Gaskell. Now Akumatai.
2, move Sika! Hold, Brad, hold!
Sikamanu makes the tackle.
Good tackle by Fash.
Yeah.
Stand! Goal free.
Lawrence felt that. Gaskell.
4, move! Goal 4. Contact.
There's another try coming here. There's no defence again for Hull FC. It melted away. Alex Mellor has got the ball down, but Liam Moore not convinced that this is a legitimate try yet. It's a try on the field.
Yeah, I think he gets over there, Alex Mellor. I don't think there's an issue, really. Obviously, Liam Moore wants to check with the video referee, James Child. Look at the power. He gets a one-on-one with Mark Sneed. He carries him over the line. And I don't think there's a problem in ground there. Yeah, Mark Sneed's trying everything to turn Mellor onto his back. But when he gets over, the ball's grounded there for me. Good effort. A rampaging run from Mellor. Took one in the first half, underneath the sticks. Look at that, fighting all the way. This is a try, this, Ben.
It's the big screen going to tell us it goes green. Alex Mellor with the try. More pain for Lee Radford. 7 in Super League now for the season. 7 in his last 7 appearances.
More pain for Lee Radford and more points for Huddersfield, and this is significant because when we look at the league table after this match, we'll see that there are many sides on similar points on the league table. Points difference will make a difference, I think, at the end of the season between finishing in the top 5 and finding yourselves just outside of it. Here, Huddersfield are doing nothing here but improving their points difference by scoring again and again, and they're hoping that that won't be the end of it. With over 20 minutes to go here, they've got control. If they can maintain their concentration, continue to play at the pace and intensity with which they are right now, they'll score plenty more points.
Russell looking for 2 more. Huddersfield paying 40. On target again, Ollie Russell. Alex Mellor, a Bradford substitute in 2014 when they lost to the Giants in Manchester. This is a far happier, magic weekend for him.
You look at the work that Cruz Leeming does then. He gets out, he goes straight at Mark Minicello, then all of a sudden he skips out to Mark Sneed, knowing that if he can get him interested and he just tips the ball on to Alex Mellor, he will have that one-on-one with the halfback. Good play from Leeming.
Static!
Still over a quarter of this match left. 39 points to 2 in favour of the Huddersfield Giants.
Move, Scott! Hold!
Extend this unbeaten run to 7 magic weekends.
Help! Release! Go free.
Ty led the ball for Leamy. It's Joe Ward.
Well, that's what you get from him, isn't it? Powerful player, plays centre, playing the back row, picks out Scott Taylor behind the ruck.
It's Lawrence, Mellor.
They don't have to go away from this middle third. They've been having a lot of joy. The opening 10 or 15 minutes, they weren't getting any change off Hull FC, but they certainly are now.
Gaskell inevitably finds the sideline.
So I'm thinking, if I'm a forward in a Huddersfield jersey and I'm doing my job at the back end of the set, the back end of the plays, I want my halves to take control, direct me around the field as I start getting tired. And you can see, obviously, enthusiasm from Gaskell, clapping his hands, encouraging his teammates, makes it so much easier for the big fellas.
Buchanan.
One. Move back, goal. Go, one.
Hadley. Sikamanu had to just go back a little to retrieve the pass. Gave the Huddersfield defensive line the chance to just come up. All the composure shown by the Giants.
Free.
Comes in. Who's Leamy?
Go free.
Sneed. It's wide from Minicello. Now Griffin. All the way through the tackle of Lawrence. Kumatai downstairs. Mellor in there as well. Hadley now. Payer.
5. Move, Joe. Ball Alex hold. Goal 5.
Sneed under pressure.
Chasers.
It's that left foot kick away.
Play on.
Consequently taken though by McIntosh. McGilvray on his shoulder.
Move out.
He's
Hold.
an exciting player, isn't he, McIntosh? I thought that was like a no-look pass then to Jermaine McGilvray. I'm not so sure that Jermaine McGilvray would have wanted that then.
Dean, hold.
He had no option really but to catch it.
Free. Move back.
Lawrence now.
Back up. Hold.
Fash with the tackle. Leaving for Gaskell. And Gaskell steps away from a couple.
4.
Gets even more difficult now for Hull FC. Matangi's on the field.
Yeah, they got a great first 20 minutes out of him, didn't they, Terry?
Goal 4.
Leaving. Short side play. Really good try. They open them up again on the right-hand side, and McGilvray is in this time for the Giants. They are running riot in Liverpool. The smiles on the face of Jermaine McGilvray. He adds his name to the try scorers at Anfield. 13 now for Huddersfield's leading scorer.
Everyone always expects you to go open side when you've got not much space to deal with. But you'd always like a side that will spot something, that will call it. And Aaron Murphy, one of those players that's moved from the wing to the back row, and in quality play by him. He recognises that there's some space out there. He calls for it off Cruz Leeman. Leeman attracts Scott Taylor. And look at that, that's a brilliant play. Jermaine McGilvray, they're all playing off the same tip sheet here. Keeps his feet, goes through, draws the full-back, space for the winger.
One minute, Ollie.
2 in the Magic against St Helens at Newcastle in 2016. 7 now in the last 5 Super League games. Russell.
Back up.
Adds 2 more points. 45 points to 2 now for the Giants.
Well, at this stage in the first game, we were thinking all about golden point. This one's just about how many points Huddersfield can pile on here now before that final hooter ends the misery for Hull FC and their supporters.
Back. Off the
Delight. belongs to Huddersfield.
Surrender!
They revenged that defeat to Hull on home soil and in style.
2, Muchos! Hold, goal 2.
I think it's about the confidence as well. Winning on a big stage like this at Anfield could lift the confidence of the younger players. It's, you know, it's a significant step in their career development.
No, play your ball, goal 3.
Cruz, Leeming and Coy, they're certainly rolling forward.
Move! Hold,
They've got no fear.
Michael Lawrence, the latest. Here is Leeming again.
5, move Brad! Hold, goal 5.
Tanguy played it. Now Gaskell again looks for the sideline. Again finds it.
Just let the clock count down. Gaskell, you can see all the players coming around him. They respect what he's doing, the hard work that they're having to do to get into the position on the field to give Gaskell any chance.
They've won 6 in Super League before today. Huddersfield Giants, Lee Gaskell appeared in 5 of them.
1, Mucho!
Pensive from Lee Radford. Great work from Nalago now for Hull FC.
Michael hold, goal 2. No Squirrelli!
Manu now.
3rd, move Cruz! Hold, goal 3rd.
Jamie Shaw will stand up for Hull FC in this last 15 minutes.
That's exactly it.
They need a response. The 2 points have gone.
Balls the carry they like in the side.
They've got big tests to come. Sika Manu back on the inside.
I've seen Albert Kelly in this game. Obviously, he comes up with the offloader. Fabulous player, Albert Kelly. He's a running threat every time he gets the ball. I've seen him come onto a couple of crash balls. I've seen him do enough to make uncomfortable defenders feel uncomfortable. Has he been a running threat today? No, he's not. I think there's a number of players that I'm just looking at the Hull FC side thinking, I haven't really noticed them today. But when I talk about Huddersfield, there's a lot of the players that have really stood out for me.
Come on, 10 seconds, lads. Hands down, Cruz. Hands over, Cruz.
Quarter-final against the Catalan Dragons coming up on Thursday. Hull FC live on Sky Sports. Of course, back-to-back cup winners in 16 and 17.
1, move Dean.
For their 3rd trophy in 4 years.
Go 1.
And they go face Salford then.
Well, that's what you need. You need someone to get off the line. Just jump that formation and just whack somebody.
Mickey Payer obliged on that occasion. McIntosh, though, flicks the ball out brilliantly for Senior, and Senior has some room. Shut down brilliantly by Jamie Shaw, and the ball goes free as well. Great defence.
Good rugby, wasn't it, by both teams? The attack and defence there. And McIntosh does really well here to get the ball free. Flick past her to Innes Senior, who's really developing on that left wing. But he's taken out a play by Jamie Shaw with a wonderful cover tackle. Fullback using the sideline, hits him, and the momentum takes him over the side. Ball lost and then rolls out of play.
Time's off. Stay in that formation. Stay in that formation. Stay down, Mickey. Stay down.
It's a while since he made his international debut, but won't be a day he remembers like this. This has been, you know, Hull's performance against Warrington last week was completely unrecognisable from 7 weeks earlier when they played against the Warrington side and conceded over 60 points. Hull today are completely unrecognisable from 7 days ago when they were playing against Warrington and won in a great performance. Here's a penalty for them, but the volatility between their best and worst performances is absolutely incredible.
Highs and the lows of Super League in 2019. The upsets of the campaign with that victory against Warrington last week. On the wrong end of a 63-12 scoreline and 80-0.
Well, this
against the same opponents.
This scoreboard doesn't look good, does it? At the minute, the Hull FC, 2 years ago, they lost 45-0 up in Newcastle against Saints. That was Justin Holbrook's first game. Short kick here, over the top.
Reverse kick from Sneed, that was inventive. Huddersfield, though, will come up with the ball.
I suppose they've got to ask the question. I know Danny Houghton isn't playing the starting hooker, but they've got the regular fullback, standoff, scrum half, loose forward, and yet in terms of attack, and I know when you're 40 points behind, you tend to go, you sort of do different things. Well, I don't see anything really in the last hour of play that makes you think, oh yeah, that's what they're trying to achieve.
Yeah, totally agree. And you can throw in probably one of the most valuable players in Super League in Jake Connor into the mix.
Well, he's the angry bird for the early birds, but we've not seen anything from him today.
Shot clock off. Out.
It's been all Huddersfield.
One. Move.
I said before, though, Ben, I was really worried from the first 10 minutes of the game. They just didn't have any joy, but all of a sudden they had that belief in them that don't go away from it. If it's not working for you the first 10 minutes, you've got to believe in the process. For the full 80 minutes, stick to the plan that we go out there with.
No tries in the first 10 minutes, and then 3 in 20 minutes. Really gave them a stranglehold on the game.
Nice hands
to Jacob Wardle, that's senior.
They look good here, Oliver Russell. Look at that under press from Connor.
Not finished yet, the Huddersfield Giants. Joe Wardle now. Really good meters after contact, taking Sikamanu with him. Last one. Leamy. Lawrence. Gaskell. Spots the run of McGilvray, and McGilvray gets there first. McGilvray, brilliant, back inside. Murphy goes in now for the Huddersfield Giants. A really nice try. Didn't look like there was a lot of room to work with, and they could be hitting 50 in a minute. Aaron Murphy opens his account for Super League in 2019, and in style from a wonderful move.
Well, good vision from Huddersfield. Lee Gaskell, look at that, pulling the strings. Jermaine McGilvray, you've got to make sure that you're better than that. Kieran Buchanan, it's a good, well-placed kick, isn't it? And Jermaine McGilvray, there was only ever going to be one winner. Some of the Hull FC fans must be thinking, seriously, can we not contest this? How did we come up with a win last week, but we've come up with this performance this week? Conceded 49 points, never really looked in control of the game. And they just look like a juggernaut, haven't they, Huddersfield?
Scored in a record 76-18 playoff win over Hull back in 2013, Aaron Murphy.
1 minute.
In the 70th minute. Puts the Giants within this kick of the half-century in Liverpool. It's the angle.
Time off.
Russell has. Wide of the target, but comprehensive demolition job performed by Huddersfield. They lead by 49 points to 2 now.
Well, the first Magic game was a close one. We didn't know how that would turn out until the 9 seconds. This has been another shock. It's a surprise, but in a different way. A surprise because the team lowering the table have convincingly and embarrassingly beaten the top of the higher-ranked side here, and may not have finished here again. There's Matangi. They look like I mean, they started the season and had some bad luck. A lot of key players injured at the wrong time. McIntosh played out of position. They couldn't do what they'd hoped to do during winter time. They now started to get people back into position. Russell and Gaskell look to be playing really well as a half-back combination. I think in the old days people talk about the half-back pairing, and in more recent years we haven't done as much, but they've complemented one another, and that's important.
We started this match talking about Huddersfield and the teams below them in the race to avoid relegation. Display like this, a performance like this against rivals where everyone is watching, they are putting themselves right in the playoff picture.
Again, kick to the corner, mistake here from Jamie Shaw.
Ball goes backwards.
He's lucky Nalango was there then. Look at this, aggressive line speed here from Huddersfield. Good sign, 7 minutes to go. Shows that they've got all the energy. They're the ones who are finishing stronger.
You're not square, Adam. 3. Move.
This just loses the ball. He's under press from Joe Wardle.
Kelly found the meters. Hard to make there. Scott Taylor Struggling again. Griffin now. Mellor, English combined. Good meters that time from Josh Griffin. That was Fash. Short ball from Sneed. Sikamano is away. Sikamano has support. He's elected not to take it. Can Sikamano go over the line? On the last tackle. A couple of meters short. And Hull still wait for their first try at the 2019 Magic Weekend.
Well, good scramble defence from Huddersfield, but Sikamano, when he goes through, was it a 2-on-1 when he goes through the line? He cuts a good line, doesn't he? Gets that weak inside shoulder, comes back against the grain. He's got Jamie Shaw with him. Probably does right, really. Darnell McIntosh would have maybe handled Jamie Shaw.
Brilliant full-back play from McIntosh. Absolutely brilliant. You know, working on too often the full-back makes it easy for the attacking player. He runs straight towards him. They draw him past it and it's a try. He didn't make it easy, he made him make a decision. He knew that the covering defenders would get back and track Manu, and his job was to stop anybody alongside, and they did it. A combination of efforts there saved 6 points.
McIntosh. Havoc again.
He's a marked man in Super League, isn't he? He's tender age. Everyone knows how dangerous he can be.
Yeah, just 21 years old. Actually celebrated that milestone with a double against the Black and Whites last July. Another great kick from Lee Gaskell. Another feature of this Huddersfield performance.
Well, great kick. Mistakes from Hull SC. Well, Lee Gaskell. The Huddersfield fans will be really happy the way that him and Oliver Russell have looked after this game. The Hull FC fans will be thinking, come on, that's just boring. Keep the ball in play. It's that ruthless edge that you need, and it really does frustrate you as a player. Obviously behind by 47 points on the scoreboard, you just want to have a shot at the line, but I said before, and I say it again, they've not been good enough, Hull FC, in this game.
Manu can't get that ball away. 3 initially in the tackle there for Huddersfield Giants. Washbrook. Kelly. Sneed. That's Shaw. Pass from Griffin. Frustration for Buchanan.
You've got to admire them for trying, haven't you? They're having a go, keeping the ball alive. But it just sums up their afternoon. The passes aren't accurate enough. Nothing's stuck from the start. And they've gone from bad to worse here now. They've slid down. Confidence drained away from the side. You know, it's 10 years since Huddersfield kept Hull trialless in a game. I know there's a few minutes still to go here, but it looks very likely here that the Giants are going to prevent Hull from scoring a single try over 80 minutes. That's a tremendous achievement here. It's been a decade since they last achieved it, when they were a real contender in Super League. And they do it again.
It's Huddersfield who look the more likely.
Move! Go on, not square, Brad! Well,
English. Now Mellor. Hadley holds on.
Move, hold. Go, you're off Jamie Shaw.
O'Brien. Matangi.
Third. Move. Hold that foot. Hold. Go for it.
That was Washbrook who made the tackle. Going to the right-hand side. Really nice pass from Gaskell. And it's a stroll-in for Jermaine McGilvray. Double. The latest to score twice. Adam O'Brien, Darnell McIntosh, and now Jermaine McGilvray post doubles in Liverpool. And Huddersfield hit 50 against the Black and Whites. That's what it means for those fans on the terraces. They have not enjoyed this visit to Liverpool. But Huddersfield extend this unbeaten run in the Magic to 7 matches.
Well, they've been very successful this season at getting the ball to the right wing and making sure he gets over the line. He does it one more time here, I think, to end what has been a magical day here now for Huddersfield. They can't have dreamt that they'd win by over 50 points. I don't know if any bookmaker would have predicted that. The odds would have been amazing, I suppose. But Jermaine McGilvray walks round to bring it closer. Enjoying that time, scoring at the top end of this Anfield Stadium.
They've ripped them apart, haven't they? 10 tries. Like quality performance.
1 minute, Ollie.
Oliver Russell now looking to land a goal there. He's never kicked 7 in a game. He's got an opportunity.
Russell. 2 more points. 55 points to 2. Satisfaction and then some for Simon Wolford as he makes his way downstairs. Jermaine McGilvray, the latest to hit a double.
Quality performance. 7 goals from Oliver Russell and a drop goal. You just look at how the young players in this Huddersfield side will develop after this performance here.
Matangi into Washbrook. Inside the last 60 seconds. English now.
Good work, Matty English. Get back to your job. That's what all the Huddersfield players are doing here.
Okay.
He's caught one, the young prop forward.
Goal 2. Yeah. 3. Move, get back, Seeker.
O'Brien waits. McGilvray played the ball. Lawrence now.
4. Move, Danny.
O'Brien pointing. Is there going to be time for even more paint?
5.
That's Matangi.
Move, Danny. Hold. Goal 5.
Russell easily into touch. The perfect end to a perfect performance for that man, Simon Wolford. 50 points posted by Huddersfield.